The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back into it and back at it, floating on a leaf together. It's Tom and Steve and the fall edition of The Local Show. Thank you for stopping by. We have a blast with or without you. We're having fun. Steve has a line, a thing you can call a text line. I call it the Steve Adulation compliment line because I think he's just...
I'm just going to go with that.
So you can text him things like, pictures or comments and things like that.
I did get my haircut. YouTube people will notice. So I have no hair, I wear a hat, and I got a haircut. It seems like they should charge you by the square inch or something. Anyway, the text line, 216-0273, the big area code. You'd like to hear another guest, you have a question, you want to tell Tom he's got a great voice. Well, we'd love to hear from you. And we do. Tom, you and I, it's amazing how many people listen. It surprises us. We're like,
well, it shocks the heck out of me.
It does. It really, and we appreciate that. We find it flattering, especially Tom. 216-0273. I also want to give a shout out. I was talking to Stephanie over at Blake Jewelers, Township 5 this week, and it's diamond season. So Tom, it's time to buy Kelly another diamond. She doesn't have enough diamonds.
She just fixed Kelly's old ring.
There we go.
Our original ring.
Okay.
It was a diamond where it's got one of the center diamonds, and then two little ones. Mm-hmm. Well, Kelly had lost the little ones, and she went and replaced the little ones with the lab diamonds.
It's amazing. They're real diamonds.
Yeah.
As real as real. They cost a fraction of the price.
A fraction of the cost.
And you go into, no offense to any of these people that are at the mall or whatever, but these are big, huge chains, and they got their bazillion % markups. Stephanie's so...
and she's very real.
Real.
Yeah.
That's sort of, right next to Subway, so if you're at Costco...
Kitty corner to Township 5, the theater.
Yeah, it's not that... You got to kind of look for it.
Theater where you can eat.
It's next to the pet shop, whatever that thing is called there, but across from Costco. But, maybe it's time to upgrade. Maybe you got to fix something, or maybe it's time to buy your wife another ring because, you got her one 50 years ago. Go there, talk to Stephanie, tell her we said hi. She's awesome.
You could have all sorts of money like Joe Scripa.
Well, I don't know. Real estate.
Just hanging out of my pockets.
Introduce the interstate, what do you call it? The mogul. The real estate mogul.
Yes, real estate mogul. Joe Scripa is with us. He's the owner of the Scripa Group, Real Estate and Property Management. How are you there, Joe?
Doing great. Changing seasons right now. We're changing seasons, right?
The seasons are a-changing, they say. So, Joe, you've been in this business of real estate for quite a while, and you also manage properties. Tell us the difference between the real estate portion and property management portion.
So there's a couple different portions, as you mentioned, right? So there's residential real estate, commercial real estate, and, for us, we do commercial real estate management. Residential real estate, obviously, is everything to do with selling homes, potentially leasing homes or leasing apartments. Commercial real estate is, usually land, shopping centers, larger apartment buildings, or mixed-use Main Street properties. Our office is in Brewerton.
Yes.
And we've got the revitalization, some revitalization dollars up there. So there's a commercial Route 11, Brewerton Road, that comes up through there. There'll be nice little commercial spaces, coming up for lease in the near future as that gets redeveloped.
How big is the Micron footprint? Because you think, when I go up the North Shore of Oneida Lake when I'm fishing, I'm thinking, is it going to reach here? Are people going to be building houses in Constantia, or is that...
I would say yes. I would say yes. Yeah. People, Boise, Idaho, right? So there'll be a good amount of people from Boise, which I've done a lot of study on Boise, and it's so similar to Syracuse.
Is it really? I didn't know.
And a 40-minute drive is nothing.
No, and that's what I had. I had a kid. I had a kid there.
Yeah.
Nate was Mountain Home Air Force Base, right north of right there, and that was where he would go to. You go to Boise if you need anything, and it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And the people do it all the time. It just is what it is.
It's the norm. And I was up we were in the inlet area this past weekend. Yes. And I'm thinking about Boise. We're actually doing some videos and stuff like that we're trying to, put on YouTube
Sure.
about Syracuse versus Boise. What do you do here, or things to do in Syracuse? And we're filming a little bit of stuff up there, and I'm thinking, they have changing seasons like us. They got cold,
Yeah, sure.
so they're used to it. And for them, we were 2 hours out, and we're smack dab in the middle of Inlet and Old Forge.
That's beautiful up there.
And it's amazing. You feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. We climbed Billy's Bald Spot. You can see Big Moose Lake.
That's
very
nice up there.
I mean, we have a
Mountain Dog followed up.
Tom, you were the other way last weekend with the beautiful mountains down there in the Tully,
Stockbridge Valley area,
Right.
for the view, Best View Bar.
Yeah.
And then the view was up in Tully. Yeah, that's a Vesper.
So we look at that, and people, they're going to be coming from the West Coast and, Jersey, everything. It's a beautiful place to be.
Yes.
Syracuse is wonderful, right? And we're in the middle of the changing seasons, and with all that, what we're doing is we're finally planning for growth. You guys know me a little bit. I'm not a huge planner, but we've been now planning for growth because the growth is coming. We've seen significant activity with suppliers to Micron coming in. Again, I practice a lot of commercial real estate.
Yep.
So we've seen significant leasing activity with suppliers to Micron. And when you start to think about it, when we get all that construction starting, everybody's saying, well, where are all these people going to come from? Where are they going to stay? Is my question. The Sheridan Hotel in Liverpool closed.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The Sheridan in campus is closing if it's not closed already, right?
Yep.
And now we're going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of contractors.
Why doesn't someone build a hotel?
We got hotels coming.
Okay.
And I thought at Lakeshore Country Club, I thought he told me he was going to do a
There's
multi.
There's one going up right now. Electronics Park, the Emmys. JW Construction. Our friends there are building that. I don't know a lot about it. As a matter of fact,
by Lockheed in there somewhere?
No, behind the ice cream stand. Buckley,
Okay. Oh yeah.
Buckley. And
I know
where the old Ramada used to be, or
wrong. I said it wrong.
Okay.
It's Buckley and 7th North.
Okay.
Yeah.
Behind that.
Yeah, there's room there. The Emmys property.
There's Emmys properties.
Right.
Yep.
Homewood Suites is back there.
By Homewood Suites. Yep. So again, changing seasons. I mean, I think everything's changing for everybody. Little companies like ours, we've got to bring people on. We've got to add agents to our team to handle what's happening.
What if you started a bat eradication company? Would that do well? Because the bats screwed everything up for Micron for a while, didn't they? Was it the bats or the moths? Something screwed it up.
No, it was the bats. Yeah. The
So
bats.
every had to
can
kind of
only-
get slowed down, right? Is that what happened?
You can't cut trees when the bats start nesting or something like that. So there's a season where they can cut and where they can't cut.
Okay, so that contaminates things. So that kind of slowed things down.
Yeah, but you know what? It's still, it's got to come. It's a huge project. Amazon wasn't built overnight. The 2 Amazon facilities we have here, not built overnight.
Yeah. So you think that everything they say is true? It's all going to happen, maybe just not tomorrow. Is that fair?
I don't know if all phases will happen, but if we get one phase, we're kind of Liverpool guys, right?
Yeah.
Remember Electronics Park when GE was in business?
I do.
Yeah,
Okay. I was
Steve worked
employed
there.
by that company in the early 80s.
Think about that volume of people once again in our community.
You see those bus shelters still there where people used to come and go, and
it was so busy, and we don't have New Venture Gear, we don't have Carrier the way we used
so
to.
if someone wants to have a chat, Joe Scripa, they can shout out the 452-1200 number.
That is right.
And say, hey, I'm thinking, or I've got something to buy or sell, or just have a conversation, maybe pull together some strategic players. ScripaGroup.com. ScripaGroup.com. ScripaGroup.com.
Yes, it
Tom.
is.
All right. Have a great rest of the day.